I've just came out of the docks where a huge complex of docks were built at the beginning of the 19th century. With the objective was to store and protect the sugar brought from the West Indies. And what I found out is it's very underrepresented. It's informative, there is a curation that is educational, you can get a lot of information, but it's huge. Like the complex of buildings, part of it still exists, is there on my back, and only it's dedicated to slavery trade, only the third floor. So when you get here, many people don't know where that is, that this museum exists. A lot of people from the African British community haven't been because they don't feel represented. What happens is in different other museums, such as in Brazil, this is also the case. And also when I come outside, already having that feeling of underrepresentation, how much more it has to be done, not only to engage the local community, but also to tell more details about this history. And I think that Liverpool did a better job on that, even though it's a small museum on the third floor of big docks as well. But I think it went deeper, on a deeper level of information and artifacts and sensitivity also. So when I went out of the building, there is this construction site here with these things surrounding and telling the history of the docks. And here on my back there is a caption explained the prolonged prosperity. So it talks about the role that the docks played in the economy of London as one of the biggest ports in the UK and one of the busiest in London, and its importance for the local economy in different different economic goods. But it doesn't mention anything about slavery. And this is one of the places where people pass by in front of the docks, and it talks about the history, the construction, the imports. They talk about the imports, but what imports are, how they were harvested in the West Indies, in the Caribbean islands and colonies in Americas. It doesn't mention one note. So I think it's important to share this. This is an impression, and these are places of power, mainly managed by white people, and I think that we still have a lot of work to do getting together and reframing the curatorial works and interpreting these exhibitions in a way that they can be more representative and meaningful, not only for small amount of people who comes here interested on the history of what is a maritime museum, and then they find out that it's about slavery as well, but people don't come here for the most part to learn about the slavery. But it's apparently it feels like people come to check the museum and they end up, for its most part, going and arriving there on the third floor and getting some information. So a better job needs to be done here, and yeah, come by, visit if you have a chance. It's worth coming and taking a look at that.